Hello everybody, welcome back to Firefield Junction, and yes, finally, I don't know how long it's been, I don't know how long I've been trying to get one of these for, but yes, yes, okay, I need to calm down, I need to stop being so excited, but yes, as we can see, we finally have one of the Hornby Harry Patch HST packs, special National Railway Museum limited edition HST pack. I cannot believe that I finally managed to get one of these. I've been after one for so long. Obviously, that I know there's going to be other people out there that are after one of these as well. It is a shame that they are limited edition and that there's not a lot of them, and that they go for so much money these days. But I'm so happy to finally have one of these. Like I said, I've been after one for so long. I know there's going to be other people out there saying that they want one as well. I know that these are very hard to get hold of. It is a shame that Hornby didn't do more of these, or they haven't re-released this pack, or done this power car again in a different pack with another power car or something. So yeah, it is a shame that that they're not easy to get hold of, but obviously if you do have one, or you do manage to get one, obviously you will not be disappointed. But yes, it's so nice to finally have this here. This particular one, this has never been opened. Well, it has been opened, but this particular one has never been ran. This particular one that I've got has never been taken out of the box, which is so nice, and I also got it for an amazing price as well. Well, it's still definitely the most money I've ever spent on a single model. But the price that I got this for, it was quite a bit less than what these usually go for. I mean, you're looking at somewhere between £500 to £600 for these. I got this for quite a lot less than 500, which was very lucky. Because obviously, yes, these do go for an insane amount of money. Obviously, quite a lot of people are willing to pay that though. I was willing to pay what I paid for it, which was very good. But it's so nice to finally have this here, and it's also very nice to have one that's actually never been ran. So, well, for a start, obviously it'd be good to see if she actually even works. After being sitting in her box for about 5 or 6 years, but I'm sure she'll be fine. So yes, obviously it is Harry Patch, as we can see there, and the other power card that you get in this pack is 43154. So that's quite nice. There are other power cards I think I prefer, but still okay. It is obviously a limited edition HST pack. Somewhere it does say there's only 500 of them. I'm not too sure where though. But yes, there is only 500 of these, and that's obviously one of the reasons why they're rare, very rare and hard to get hold of, and why they go for so much money. But it is a very nice pack. The boxes are very nice. The packaging is quite nice. It certainly stands out very well. If we just have a look on the back of the box, we can see there we've got another nice photo there, and there's some information about this particular power car as well, and actually about Harry Patch himself, I believe, as well, which is quite nice. Got some other close-up photos there of the pack, which is nice. Can't see anywhere where it says that it's only 500 of these. It might be on the certificate inside, but we'll see that in a second. It says DCC ready there as well, which is nice, and obviously that's what you'd expect on a model like this. But yeah, a quite nice box. I can't fault it really. But I think what we need to do is we just need to open it up, don't we? A pack like this, we don't want to waste any time staring at the box. So if we just open it up, there we go. The white card is playing havoc with the focus. So we've got the white card there. So if we just move that out of the way. And this is pretty much as far as I think the previous owner got with this, because I did get it second hand, but again, it has never been out of the box. There's a random piece of paper there. I will just move that to one side. I'll put it in the bin, to be honest, actually, because I don't think we need it. And here's the certificate, and my particular one is number 276 of 500, signed by Simon Kohler as well. Well, that's quite nice. And then there's some more information there to us. I think that's actually the same information that's on the back of the box as well. So we don't need to look at that, but a nice certificate nonetheless. The next thing, obviously we're used to this by now. I don't know how many instructions for the HST I've got now, but obviously I do have quite a lot of them. but it's also the typical stuff that we're used to: lubrication, body removal. This particular tooling of HST does have the operating fan mechanism, which I will be disconnecting at some point, because whilst it is a nice feature having the operating fan, eventually it can cause bad running of the model. One thing it definitely does do is it definitely shortens the life of the motor, because obviously you're going to be putting more strain on it, so it's not going to last as long overall. So I always disconnect the fan mechanisms inside models that do have the working fans. At least that's with this particular mechanism. Anyway, because obviously we have got new models where the fans that are driven off either a separate motor or something. But obviously on these particular ones, if you're not familiar, it's just an elastic band off one of the flywheels, then drives the operating fans, and that does put quite a lot of pressure on the motor. Also, you have to consider that obviously at the same time the motor's trying to move those fans, which can be quite difficult at times. Obviously you've then got the model hauling a rake of 8 coaches plus the dummy car. So overall, that's going to be quite a lot of strain being put on the motor. So I do always disconnect the fan mechanism just to make sure that the motor is not going to be jammed up or going to be put under any more pressure than it needs to be. But going back to the instructions, yes, we're all used to this. Replace drive tube on fan, if working fan included. So that's quite interesting. And then we've got more there, DCC ready. So we've obviously got the 8-pin socket there. Obviously I will be fitting chips to this loco, well, to this model. So obviously I run DCC, so we'll do that at some point. Obviously I'll have to somehow find a way of actually finding somewhere for the chip to go, because usually I secure the chips actually around where the fans are. But obviously because the fans in this model take up quite a lot more room than on the newer versions, it can be quite difficult sometimes to find somewhere for the chip to go. But it should be fine. I should be able to find somewhere. And then we've got transit bracket. Oh, I see. Yes, I know what that means. Some of these models, they can have a little sort of metal brackets attached to the models to sort of help secure them to the box. So that's when they're in transit, it helps them stop wobbling around and stuff. So I'm guessing this model might have that still. We'll find out in a second. Got some accessories here. If we just try and have a look at these. Let's see if I can get them out. There we go. So what do we have here? Okay, we've got some little couplings there. Usually, so that's obviously like the proper sort of couplings that the real things would have, that you can fit onto the backs of each power car if you so choose. I won't be doing it though. Is that it? Is that what we have? Yeah. It's a shame that there's no nameplates. I thought there would be extra metal nameplates with this model, but apparently there isn't, so that's a bit of a shame. If we'll take a look at the dummy first quickly. So if I just lift up the tape, oh, it's sticking to the model, and that's left a bit of a mark. That's quite annoying. So if we just lift the dummy car out, oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm going to have to clean that off now. That's quite annoying. I'm not sure why the tape actually sticks to the model. That's not very good. So now we've got some horrible marks on the side, but I'll clean those off later. So I'm just going to get rid of this tape. I'm not even going to bother with it, so I'll put it in the bin. When I put the models back into this box, whenever I do that, for whatever reason, I will not bother with this tape. This tape that Hornby use is just horrible. It's a bit of a tight fit, to be honest. Ooh, there we go, nearly there. There we go. Yeah, there is no brackets on this one, and that's okay. So if I just put the motor to one side as well, there we go. And again, get rid of the tape, not the tape, get rid of the paper. And there we go. So we've got to have a look at the motor unit first, haven't we? I think we've just got to do that. And here we go. And wow. Is that something loose inside there? On the window? I think it's just me. Is it on the other side as well? Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. No, looks like there's something loose inside there. That's just where the glazing is clipped in. I'll check that when I take the body off to chip it. But wow, look at this. This is amazing. Let's make sure the bogies turn quite nicely. Yes, they do, so that's good. She should be all-wheel drive, if we just check that as well to make sure everything's okay. Yeah, all wheels are definitely driven. All of the pickups okay as well. Yeah, those ones look okay, is it? And do these ones look okay? Yeah, they all look good. So everything appears to be okay. So she's obviously been stored very, very well. But I think the main thing about this is the livery. The livery on this is amazing. It's got quite a nice shine to it as well. That's something I wasn't expecting. It's got quite a nice sort of a gloss finish to it. It actually looks quite nice. We can see the nameplate there. It's a shame that there aren't any etched metal nameplates to go over those ones. I'm not sure why Hornby didn't include those, but it's a shame that they're not included. But the printed ones look okay. They're definitely not bad, but obviously when you get up a bit closer, they start to look a little bit grainy. But as they are, they're not too bad. We can see the grille there, and it's a proper grille, and it's a single fan, I believe, underneath there, or is it double ones? No, it is double ones. Excuse me. The grills are sort of actually obscuring the fans quite well, so I can't actually see down there incredibly well. But yeah, it is double fans. But obviously, and they obviously will be driven off the motor. I will run her in with the fans still connected, because I don't want to go taking the body off just to put it back on, to run her in to take it off again to put chips in. So I will run her in with the body, well, with the fans still connected. But hopefully everything should still be okay. Obviously the lights will work. Well, they should do. If they won't, well, that'll be annoying. But obviously she should have the typical working lights, and they should look very good. We have got opening doors. They are a little bit stiff though. The other one on the other side is better, but this one's a little bit stiff. But they do open. We've got separately fitted handrails, as you'd expect. The roof detail is very, very good. Obviously these Hornby's HSTs usually are very, very well detailed. We've got more handrails at the back. The back of the power car looks very, very good. We've got the nice first grade Western blue there. It does look very, very good. We've got the NRM sort of medium style coupling there. And obviously you can change that for the hunt couplings or whatever if you want to change it for something else. The wheels look very, very good. We've got the proper sort of brake disc detail on them, and you don't get that with a lot of locos. It's usually only Hornby that really did that on locos like this, and the 800, and I think there might be a few others as well. The bogie detail isn't too bad. It's quite nice. There's not a lot of colour onto the underframe, but it still looks very, very good nonetheless. Obviously, one thing you do notice as well is the weight. She's very, very heavy, but obviously that's what you want. You want weight. You don't want lightweight with horrible traction tyres. You want weight. No traction tyres with a lot of weight is what you want. That's good. That's definitely what you want with a quality model like this. But to us, I don't know what else to say really. She's so, so nice. It's strange actually holding this model in my hand. I've just been thinking about getting it for so long, to actually have it here now. It's quite a surreal moment, to be honest. But wow, yeah, she is fantastic. That thing with the windscreen though is still annoying me a little bit. I'm not sure what it is. It's definitely inside the windscreen, but actually what it is, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's just a stray bit of plastic. I'm not sure if it's a crack or if it's glue. I'm not too sure what it is actually. Well, actually, if I hold it that way, it looks like it's bending, the windscreen bending out this way, to be honest. It could just be one of the clips for the windscreen, just where it's been a bit bent or something, I'm not too sure. But I'll check that later. But overall, very, very good. Now we'll just have a quick look at the dummy car. We'll look at this side because that's nicer. So we've got the number there, 43154. Obviously, she's much, much lighter because there's no motor inside. But obviously, you are still going to have the circuit board and everything for the DCC, for the chip and everything. Again, that's just to make sure all the pickups are okay. Yeah, they all look good. And yeah, that's all fine as well. Actually, do those wheels look like they've been used? It does actually look like those wheels have been ran at some point, unless she was tested at the factory or something. I'm not too sure. But I'm pretty certain this model has never been ran. Does it look like the motor's been ran? It looks like she's been ran a little bit, but unless that was at the factory, I'm not too sure. Because I'm pretty sure this one was never ran. But it certainly looks like she's never. It certainly did look like from the way she was in the box that she never been ran. So maybe she was tested at the factory to make sure everything was okay. But I'm not too sure. But I'm pretty sure this pack has never been ran. So hopefully, well, I hope she's never been ran, because that would be quite nice. But we'll ignore that for the moment. But yeah, the dummy car, just as good. Details just as good. Again, you've got the opening doors on both sides. Again, you'll have the working lights, and hopefully all of those will work fine. We've got the same thing with the windscreen again as well. There. I'm not sure what that is, unless it was just maybe a problem with when the windscreen was moulded, unless there was an issue there. I'm not too sure what that is, but it's getting quite annoying, to be honest. But hopefully it's nothing serious. The livery application is very nice. You can even feel the lettering there. That's very, very nice. And again, you can see through all the grooves. You can see through the grills right there. That's very, very nice. Obviously, that's quite a nice feature to have. It's not just molded completely flat like the dummy versions, the railroad versions. You do have proper grills on these models. Again, on the back, you've got all the signs and everything. The roof, again, very, very good. There you go, you've got the double fans again there as well. Oh, one of the windows has just fallen in. Oh dear. Well, I suppose this model is quite old, and it has been, well, I say quite old, it's certainly never been out of the box before. It could just be the glue's dried up there. That's a bit of a shame, but I can fix that. That's no problem at all. It's a shame that the window has fallen in. But yeah, I can fix that. That's perfectly fine. That's not a problem. But apart from that, she's fantastic, really. I can't fault it. It's a quality model. So good. The next thing to do will obviously to be put her on the track and to see what she runs like.
Hey, hello everybody, welcome back. It's now the next day actually, so yeah, it's a different day to what we've just seen, but we're back finally, and we can now carry on looking at the fantastic Hornby Harry Patch HST pack. Now I've ran the model in, so she's all nicely ran in and bedded, and basically she's all used to running now, so we shouldn't have any problems. That'll probably be my famous last words, but hopefully we should be okay. She seems to be running very nicely, nice and smooth, nice and constant. Doesn't seem to be any problems with her, which is good. So all we need to do now really is just actually see what her performance is like. So if I just grab the most units just here, if we just put her on, there we go. Quite simple to do. All nice. There we go, nice and easy. Now we'll just do her like this at the moment, as she is by herself, but obviously we don't really need to have the dummy units or anything connected up just to test her performance. So if we just give her a bit of power and see what she's like. That's very, very good. Nice and smooth. You have to ignore any buzzing noises. That's just because of the controller that I use. So it's not a problem with the model, it's just because of the particular controller that I use to basically run on DC. That's just basically the sound that it makes, so you have to ignore that. But yeah, fantastic, really, really smooth, nice and constant, there's no cogging. Fantastic mechanism. That's one thing you can guarantee with these Hornby HSTs, or most Hornby models in general. You do get some very good performance with them most of the time anyway. You might get a dodgy one every now and then, but nothing's ever perfect, unfortunately. But I'm not going to just couple the dummy unit up and just run her around as she is. I'm going to do much better. I've already got some coaches on, and the dummy is already coupled up to them. So if I just bring them around the corner, if we just couple them up to the power car, there we go, nice and easy. Now, obviously, we're still going to run her on DC for the moment. We will see what she's like on DCC later, but for now, we can enjoy her on DC as she is at the moment, and see what she's like. So, I think all we need to do now is, well, let's see what she has to say. So, take it away, 43172 Harry Patch. And it would help if I had her go in the right direction. There we go.
wow, she is amazing. I have just slowed her down slightly just so you can actually hear me, because otherwise if she was running at the speed that she just was, you probably wouldn't be able to hear me. But yeah, she is absolutely fantastic, and things can only get better from here, I suppose. So I think the next thing to do is we need to convert her to DCC and see what her performance is like then. But I don't think I'm going to stop there. I think we need to put some sound in her and really let her flourish.
Okay, hello everybody, welcome back once again. It's now a different day. God, it's taken me so long to do this, but it's definitely going to be worth it. But yes, we're finally back, and the HST has now been shipped. She has been fitted with the Hornby TTS sound decoders. She's all been tested, everything seems to be fine. Whilst I've left the standard speaker in the dummy car with Harry Patch, because this tooling, whilst it's the newer style HST tooling, it's basically before Hornby changed the chassis block to accommodate a speaker. So what I did, instead of just trying to fit the standard speaker in, which I could have done by the way, but because of where Hornby had taped some of the wires out of place to the chassis block, it meant I couldn't really put the speaker where I wanted to, and I would have had to basically move some of those wires around, which I didn't really want to do. So what I've done is I've just stuck a standard Sugar Cube speaker into the loco for now. And it does actually sound much better. To us, any speaker is better than the standard ones. So the power cars do sound slightly different. Harry Patch is a bit more bassy than the dummy car, but I just thought it'd be easier. And I suppose there's nothing wrong with upgrading the speaker while I'm here. I could have done the dummy car as well, but I just haven't bothered. I might do it in the future, but for the moment, for the purpose of this video, it'll be absolutely fine. So. I think all we need to do is fire up the sounds, get her running, and really see what she can do. So, well, first of all, if we just put the lights on, there we go, that's the tail light. We just change direction. There we go, we've got the headlights there. So let's fire up the engine and get her going. Well, I think you'll agree that this is one fantastic model. Absolutely amazing. I just have no words for her. She's absolutely fantastic. It's a shame that these are so rare and so expensive, but if you do manage to get one, you will not be disappointed. And I highly recommend, if you can, putting some sound in her. She will sound, well, as you can hear, she sounds amazing. Overall, I have no words. Absolutely amazing.